here we go again. I don't know why they continue to fight with me. I mean, they got bigger fish to fry with Kevin Samuels and all these other people that's out there talking about women in a real way, and they got bigger platforms. I don't know why you coming to me. But anyway, there's another chick that came to me saying that black women are having long-lasting relationships, behaving the way they are, for the most part. And I tried to tell her, if you treat a man poorly, the relationship is not going to last. But she's saying, oh, let's talk to Better Black Life. They're doing that with husbands, though. Sorry to inform you of that. And I'm like, you don't have no clue about what you're talking about, and you don't have no proof of what you're talking about. But like almost all black women, almost, not saying every black woman's like this, but almost all of them, a lot of them, they just make up their own. I mean, facts and proof and numbers, that don't matter. And I just make up my own reality. Hey, they got their husbands though. They who? What? Who's the they that got the husbands? What husbands you talking about? I ain't never heard one of these chicks out here talking like Mahogany Pink is talking about with a husband. And if they do have a husband, the husband's on his last leg, man. He's trying to figure out, he's looking at the front door, you know what I mean? But they living in a delusion. And you living in your delusion, which brings me to my point on this video. And my point on this video is, good black men, for the most part, they're the backup plan for black women, a lot of them. See, but that's the reverse. In the white society, the women go looking for good white dudes. They look for good white dudes. Latino, they look for good Latino dudes. Asians, they go looking for, that's the first choice, is the good Asian dude. First choice is the good white dude. The first choice is a good Latino dude. I'm talking about of the women that got sense. But in the black community, it's the reverse. It's like it's the bizarro world. You go looking for bad black dudes first. You get dogged out by them, and then you come back and say, "Hey, I gotta date white boys, or I gotta date other than blacks because I've been hurt so much. I've been stepped on so much by these black dudes." You don't even give good black dudes a chance. By the time you start thinking about good black dudes, you racked up all the vaginas. You racked up all the penises, racked up 100,000 miles on a vagina. It's used and abused, stretched and trenched, and you are carrying around about a couple of pounds of unused male essence. It's affecting your judgment. It's affecting your behavior. It's affecting your body's functioning. You got bad credit sometimes, a lot of times. High debt, low wages, and just a bad attitude. Why you got a bad attitude, black woman? Is it because you not good looking? No, you are very good looking women. Why is it that you have a bad attitude? Because you have a bad attitude because you never been put in a position where you've been able to be checked or somebody could say something to you. You're in this protected class where nobody can say nothing to you, even educate you on some things to help you. See, you as the average black woman, you want a bad boy with good man tendencies, because that's what you want. And then when you don't get it, when bad boys don't change up for you, you go, aha, I got 2 children by 2 different men. I need a good dude. Let me go to the church and get saved and sanctified, and let me find me a good man. And then when a good man look at your situation and say, hey, I don't want to do nothing but hit it and quit it. I'm not trying to jump into no serious situation with a woman with children by 2 different dudes. You, as a woman, look at him like the audacity of you to not want to be with me and my children by some other man. The audacity. Let me tell y'all, man, if you find a stepfather, you find a dude that wants to be with you and your children, I mean, and he's a good dude, you better hold on to that dude with both hands and both feet. Because that is not natural to the animal kingdom. That is not a natural situation to the animal kingdom. You don't find nowhere in the animal kingdom stepfathers. It just doesn't work that way. I told y'all before, when a lion comes into, takes over a pride, the first thing he does is kill the other lion's cubs. He's not going to be working hard to preserve somebody else's bloodline. No other place in the animal kingdom are they stepfathers, except when the male to female ratio is low. When the female ratio to male ratio is low, and the females are scarce, that's the only time they will even approach something like that. Is the females ratio to us scarce? No. There's abundance of females out here. There's an abundance of females out here. These females are all over the place. I mean, black females. There is an abundance. What they say, my cup runneth over. There's so many single black women out here today. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But why are they single? Why are there so many of them single? There's so many of them single because they will not listen to right guidance. They won't. You try to tell them, hey, this is how you get a man and keep a man. It's not until they get into their late 30s or 40s that they realize, oh, I goofed. Now I got to find a good dude. Let me find a good dude. Somebody like, a Boyce Watkins. Somebody's going to swoop in and take care of me and my 3 children by somebody else. If you can find a guy like that, hey, good. You know what I mean? But that's not natural. Stepfatherhood is not natural. That's not a natural situation. You don't find that nowhere in the animal kingdom where another male would take over and take over a woman with some other man's children. That's not normal. So if you do see that, you should be revering that situation because that is definitely not the norm. The norm is the average man is going to want to take care of his own children by his own blood. That's normal. There's nothing wrong with that. And you want a good woman. Who out there wants a bad woman for a long-term relationship? You want a good woman in a long-term relationship. But a lot of these women don't have to work on their character because I got so many people in my DMs. So she don't have to work on herself. She don't have to become a good person. She got all these people in her DMs. She can act any kind of way she wants to. So by the time she get into a grown-up relationship, she's still the same person in that she's the same person she was when she was 21 and 22. And dudes are like, who wants to be with somebody like that? I didn't get into a relationship to do extra work. I got into a relationship for ease for myself. You're supposed to be presenting ease for me. You're not supposed to be presenting all these challenges. But most women think of themselves so grandiose, like, I'm so special that you're supposed to deal with all of these different challenges with me. Yeah, a dude will deal with some challenges, but stepfatherhood, you ought to, man, listen, man, tell you, you get a dude that wants to be a stepdad, and he's a good dude. He's a good dude. You can see he's a good dude. You better hold on to him with both hands, man, because if you don't, I'm telling you, you let that dude get away, and the kind of dudes that's really going to want to do stuff like that are slim and far and few between. Most men are going to want to create their own family from their own essence. They're not going to want to step in and take care of somebody else's children. That is not natural to any species of animal. It's not natural. The man would usually, if the female is there with the children, he would usually expel that female with another man's children, or he'd just kill the cubs. But our black women, man, they look at good black dudes as the last option. But good black dudes are waking up, man. See, that's the problem, man. The internet has woken good black dudes up, and good black dudes are saying, man, this is a bad deal for me. This is a bad deal for me, especially if especially if the lady has daughters. Especially you step fathering to daughters. Man, it's like you signing up to walk around in a landmine field, hoping that you don't hit one of the landmines. I mean, is it really worth it? Is it really worth it? And you guys know my stance on being a stepdad. That shouldn't even enter your mind until the age of 40. You shouldn't even be thinking about being a stepdad before the age of 40 years old. 40 years old, you probably got enough experience and wisdom to be able to discern where you need to be and what you need to do and what's a safe situation for yourself. But before that, you just chasing the booty. And you listening to her tell you, oh, these children ain't going to be a problem for you. And that's a lie. She going to be a problem. It's going to be challenging just being with a woman. Even if you don't have children in a relationship, it's challenging just dating a woman. Now you add the extra responsibility of dealing with children. You're just not ready for that unless you up in age, about 40 years old. So stop playing with yourself. Literally. Right? But that's what I think, you know what I mean? I think we got to get black women back into understanding that you got to go for good black men first. But y'all want the D-boys and the gangbangers and all them kind of dudes. And not every black woman, but a lot of them do want those guys. And then by the time they get used and abused, and they stack and rack up all of the penises they can carry, then they come to a good black dude and say, hey. And them good black dudes are like, I don't want to do nothing but hit it and quit it. They're offended, like, what? Why would you just want to just hit it and quit it? Because you're not offering me anything other than that. You're not offering me. What are you offering me? People, when they come into a relationship, a person wants to know, I'm getting something that the average person on the street wouldn't get. What am I getting for my commitment? Me as a man, what am I getting for my commitment? You know what the average woman's going to say? Me. What about you? I can get 10 times you without the commitment. What do I need you for? What's so special about you? Look at me. I got all these guys in my DM. You confused. Them guys in your DMs ain't trying to do nothing but what I'm trying to do, sleep with you. Nobody trying to have no commitment with you. Anyway, that's the average black woman, and that's the black woman that's coming with that masculine energy, trying to boss you around and do all this stuff. That's the kind of black woman I'm talking about. I'm talking about black women that understand they're willing to rest in their femininity. They're willing to rest in the logic of how relationships are actually work. I'm not talking about those women. I'm talking about black women that are out of their mind, and hopefully we can turn them around. Anyway, what y'all think? Do black women use good black dudes as a last resort? Seems like they do to me. They look at black men and I can stack up the penises and rack up the miles on my vagina because there'll always be a simp at the end of the rainbow waiting for me. All I'm gonna have to do is just go through the simps and I'll find one. I'll find an idiot willing to take me and my children from some other dude, plus all the disused and abused vagina. There'll be a simp waiting there at the end of the rainbow. But what they finding out is the simps are not at the end of the rainbow no more. They're not there anymore. And that's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. A lot of women are going to struggle. For those of y'all that know Kevin Samuels' work, he's right. Winter is here. And we're going to start seeing the effects of how men are just not approaching women anymore. Just not going to do it. Especially if you have a lot of dings on your sexual market value. Just not going to do it because we're getting educated. Anyway, y'all tell me what y'all think. Peace.